All right, Math 114 students, excellent job. You've done your practice assignment, you've done your introduction, you've done the getting started module, you've gotten familiar with Canvas. And so now, right, our first kind of unofficial module, it's the review module, very important one. So let me go ahead and share my screen. And what you're looking at again is our home screen. And the module, go ahead and press modules. You're basically looking at our practice review arithmetic basics. Very important module. As you can see, as all modules, it has an overview page, right? Some videos, a discussion board, and then a review assignment page that I'll go through. A little bit different than what you're going to see because most modules have an overview page, videos to watch, a discussion board, an assignment page to submit your guided notes, and an assignment page to submit your homework quizzes. So a little bit more going on officially, but this is just review. We're just trying to see if you got some ideas back, right? So it'll be your first experience with hearing my voice and watching me do a material. So let me go ahead and hit the overview page. Again, here's the video that you guys are probably watching right now. But every overview page for the topics that we go start with, all right, topics. All right, so here's basically the learning objectives for this review. You should be entering this class familiar with fractions and how to simplify, add, subtract, multiply, and divide them. All right, there's a lot of, dare I say, silly tricks out there. So make sure you know how to do it right, because doing it right helps you build new math. And if you just know how to do those things using some funky tricks, math becomes very hard. And I actually think that we get stuck a lot because people learn tricks on how to do stuff because they're just interested in getting a right answer. But later on in math, when we really need to know how to do it and why we do it, we fail because all those tricks fail. So you're not going to see tricks from me. You're going to actually see why we do things, and you got to learn it that way. The other item that you should be learning, the other learning objective, is refamiliarizing ourselves with our real number system, the types of real numbers that exist, their placement on a number line, right? What their absolute values are, what their opposites are, all that good stuff. So again, if some of those items seem a little tricky for you, that's a little scary, but hopefully my videos will help you out soon. And then last but not least, you should be familiar with how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide real numbers, all right, particularly of different signs, all right? So a negative times a negative is a positive and all that other good stuff. So you got to make sure that you're familiar with all that good stuff, okay? And so last but not least, okay, as you notice, after the objectives are listed, there should be a link to the guided notes. So you'll just press the arrow button down. That'll link up the guided notes. I called it a pretest because that's basically what we do in class is we do a pretest. All right. And, so there's the prime factorization. There's all the fraction stuff you should know how to do. There's all the real number system stuff you need to know how to do, greater than, less than, absolute value, what types of real numbers we have, as well as adding and subtracting real numbers. All right. So everything that we have is there. All right. And so what's going to happen next, right, is once you've done that, I'll come back to this material in a moment. Go to next. And like all my modules, well, now that you have the guided notes, you've either printed them out or translated them to or transcripted them to some scratch paper. I've got videos basically walking you through how to do all those problems. So what is the proper way to add fractions, right? What's the proper way to think about an inequality? What's the proper way to add or subtract or divide numbers that are not like? So all that stuff is right here. All right. So basically, you're going to watch the videos, you're going to take the notes down. All right. And hopefully, you'll have a lot of aha moments. If what I say doesn't make sense, if you're struggling with it, you're in trouble. All right. I hate to say it that way, but in a summer math class that goes very fast, I have to be honest. All right. So after watching the videos, if you still have some questions, right? If there's something you think I did wrong, or if there's something that kind of inspired you to ask some deeper questions about other items, like order of operations, or whatever the case might be, right? You can basically ask your questions here in the discussion board, and then I'll be answering those. And then last but not least, there should be an assignment page. In this case, the assignment's actually going to be done in class. All right, we'll be taking a 30-point an assessment assessment, basically discussing, going over what you should know and what you should have learned. All right. And I promise you we'll have an in-class discussion as well. I'll give you guys some time to learn from each other, to talk to each other. And I'm not going to let you just go cold turkey taking this test, but I also hope you've watched the video. So let me go back through the module. All right. Go back to the original page here, the overview page. Oops. Go back. And like I've said, and I've kind of hinted, let me go to what it said on the bottom here, right? So note, since this is supposed to be previous knowledge, you should know at this point. I will not be giving a formal lecture on the material. This is all you're going to get. We're going to take a test on the 31st, and then I'm going to hit the ground running on the 1st, and it's just going to snowball on you. So please make sure you're comfortable with the material. It's frustrating for both you and I to watch a student just struggle because they just didn't have the proper foundation. Math sometimes not a lot of fun, and that really makes it fun. So let's make sure you're doing that process accurately. As I've noted to you guys, we will be doing a review quiz on our first day of class on May 31st. So hopefully you watched those videos and got some of the ideas back. And then last but not least, as you've heard me say over and over, right, after watching the videos, after participating in class, after taking the review quiz, right, if things are going poorly and things aren't, kind of go south on you, if you're going to decide to stay, you're going to have to see me for a lot of help. All right. Seeing me twice a week, coming to my office hour twice a week, it's going to take a lot more effort to fix what's broken. Or you decide to basically, maybe you should hold on and take this during a normal 16-week period during the fall semester. So those are all choices you're going to have to make. Of course, on the flip end, if everything goes well, you're in the right spot, just hit the ground running, keep your pace going, keep working, and you should be fine and lights out, and things will be fun, and hopefully you'll learn a lot and you'll get through this summer. Okay, so let me go ahead and stop sharing my screen. You guys are going to get through the review videos, right? Hopefully get all your fraction material back, your real number system back, and how to add and subtract numbers all back. All right, and so without further ado, I'm going to sign off, and I will see you in class or some videos coming soon.